Okay, hi everyone. Hi. Okay, cool. Everything seems to be working. It's just that the date is a little um messed up. But other than that, I think the live analysis is working. I mean, the live session is working. I'm just gonna get the backend to change the system. Right. Actually, give me 1 minute.
What? Give my son allowance?
Sorry, guys. Just trying to check to see if something is wrong with the dates. Hi, Jamilu. Hi. Hey, Jamilu. You have to give me and the rest who are still joining, can you guys give me like a minute to figure out? I'm having some technical problems. Give me a moment. Technical problems as in the date is wrong, right? From my side, it says 11th of August. I'm not sure about you guys, but if you guys are seeing something else, let me know. Okay, yeah, it's definitely wrong on my side. Okay, give me a sec. Give me a moment, guys. Sorry. I think they may have been mixed up. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, there's definitely a mix-up with the webinars. I'm just gonna have to inform IC Markets about it, and I'll let you guys know again. Hi AJ, hi. Okay, cool. I cannot access the chat from my computer. My computer. Oh, I can actually. Okay, everything's working fine now, I think. Yeah, everything's good. Okay, thanks guys. Thanks for the hold up. Yeah, so hi everyone. Welcome to today's webinar brought to you by IC Markets. Sorry, was having a little bit of like technical difficulties earlier on. As you guys can see from the topic today, we are streaming on the wrong. It says 11th of August, but today's the 4th of August. Okay, that's okay. It's just a small minor glitch. I'll get IC Markets to fix it. Anyways, that's not important. More importantly is the topic for today, which is a live trading session. We're going to go on the charts later and then look for setups. Basically, I'll show you guys how I would usually look for setups. Okay, you guys are not looking for setups. I am looking for setups. This is important because I don't want you guys to think that this is a signals group. Okay, so again, welcome. Disclaimer, you guys already know how this works. Anything I share with you guys in this webinar should not be construed as trading advice, financial advice, any form of investment advice. It is purely for educational purposes, okay? Only educational and nothing else. Other than that, just a risk warning. Trading Forex and CFDs carry significant risk, and you should only trade with money that you can afford to lose. It may not be suitable for all investors, so please ensure you truly understand and you fully understand the risks involved before you jump into this. Okay, introducing your host. My name is Cassandra. You guys can call me Cass. I'm an investment analyst and a prop trader at Everest Fortune Group. So Everest Fortune Group is the finalist for the best forex and best equity research for multiple years running now. Okay, we do a lot of back testing, a lot of forecasting, a lot of we basically do a lot of charting to forecast where we think the markets are going. And a lot of the information you see around are information that are churned out by our team. Okay, so you guys are in good hands. Other than that, I am a prop trader. That means that I am funded and I trade professionally on a funded account. To do that, you need to do at least 10% profit within a month. Well, back then, nowadays it's more lenient to be a prop trader. So I did the 10% a month. I am currently $300,000 funded and I'm in the midst of working on my fourth account. Okay, so other than that, I do specialize in technical analysis. So if you guys do have any questions about technical analysis, I'll try my best to answer you. Otherwise, if it's fundamental analysis, if you ask me a question, I wouldn't be able to answer you truthfully, because the thing about fundamental analysis is going on news and economic data and trying to decipher what it's saying and what it means. So it's very hard for me to do that unless we are actually focusing on that topic for today, which is going on the economic calendar, seeing what kind of news is coming and whatnot. Okay, technical analysis is not news sensitive. It is all day, every day, is 24/7. Okay, so I can answer you if you ask me about technical analysis, but other than that, when it comes to fundamentals, we do need the news to actually be released so that we can decipher it. Okay, yeah, that's it. So the reason for me to share that kind of information with you guys is so that you guys know that you are in good hands and you have nothing to worry about. Okay? Cool. So agenda for today: key approaches, cheat sheet, checklist, and live charts. This is the cheat sheet. Do screenshot or something. Take note of it if you haven't already. Basically, we're going to go on the charts. We're going to look for trend. That's why we're going to look for a trend line or channels to see where price is going, whether it's going up or going down. And then we're going to look for horizontal levels to look for our entry, stop loss, and take profit. After that, we're going to look for other things like chart patterns. So I did a webinar with you guys last Thursday, I think. Yeah, last Thursday. That was a Malay webinar. So if you guys are English speaking, you guys would not have been informed of that webinar, but it was a Malay webinar. And we actually spotted a head and shoulder on EUR USD moving downwards. So we're gonna look at the charts again today to see what's the progress on that. On top of that, so yeah, there was a chart pattern that came out. On top of that, we're gonna look at death or golden crosses. We're gonna see if there's any natural moving averages. Okay, I'll be very honest, I don't really use death or golden crosses and natural moving averages other than Ichimoku. So Ichimoku is an indicator that has the moving average in it, okay, but I don't really use it that much. I do use stochastics, RSI, and correlation a lot. Correlation means that, for example, you're wondering whether a Canadian dollar is going up, you want to reference oil as well. You want to reference the oil chart, because if the oil prices are going up, usually it means that Canadian dollar is going up. Why? Because Canada is a very strong producer of oil. Therefore, if oil is going up, Canadian dollar is going up. Other kinds of correlation is if you are trading a particular US dollar pair, right? Let's say we trade a lot of EUR USD. If you are looking to sell EUR USD, that means you are looking for DXY. I mean, a good correlation, a good supporter to your analysis is to see that DXY is going up. Okay, on top of that, other major pairs, for example, AUD is very correlated to NZD, AUD, USD, and NZD, USD should be moving the same direction. And other forms of correlations is, for example, if gold is going up, usually risky assets will be going down. So when I say risky assets, I'm talking about cryptocurrency. Okay, I'm talking about cryptocurrency. Okay, then we're going to decide whether we're going to go for a reversal or a breakout. I personally don't play breakouts. I see breakouts and I see the opportunity to get in, but if I see it, I don't get in at all. Okay, why? Because for some reason I can't time the breakout. If you guys can, you guys can totally get in on a breakout. I'm better at reversals. Okay, so thank you for sitting through that introduction. Let's go to the live charts. Give me a moment to pull out the live charts. I already pulled it out. I just accidentally closed it. Okay, there you go. Oh wait, this is not the correct account. Okay, yep, there you go. I'm gonna duplicate some charts. If you guys have any particular pair you want me to look at, this is a good time to just drop it in the chat box. Otherwise, I'm just gonna look at the usual, which is XAU USD, EUR USD. When you're looking for at your charts, right, you want to choose IC markets. You want to choose IC markets so that it's closely related to your account, so the prices are really close to your account. Actually, it should be the same. EUR USD, XAU USD. Let's look at ETH USD. So we're gonna, where's IC markets? Oh, there you go. So we're gonna look at one commodity, one forex pair, one cryptocurrency, and let's look at one more like non-USD forex pair. So the non-USD forex pair that I want to look at is GBPJPY, but if you guys have any others you want me to look at, let me know. Okay, if you guys have any others you want me to look at. Oh, this worked out so nice. Oh my gosh. This worked out so nice. Entry was here. I mean, it missed the entry by a bit. USD CHF. Okay, thank you so much, Jamilu. Missed the entry by a bit. Hit the take profit beautifully. Didn't even go close to the stop loss. This is what? Let me see. I didn't get into this. I didn't get into this setup at all. I don't even remember when I did this analysis, but it worked out beautifully. Okay, 1 to 2 setup. Not amazing, but yeah, it worked out very nice. Don't remember this setup at all because I do so many setups. I just like don't remember. But yeah, I'm glad that this worked out. Do you guys remember if I did this with you guys? I don't remember. If I did this with you guys and you guys got in, then good job. I did not get in at all. Okay, one more USD CHF. So duplicate. IC markets. What is going on? Another one? When did I even do this analysis? Another one missed the entry by just a bit, which is this blue box. Hit the take profit. Okay, apparently I did this analysis, ended up being correct, but again, I was not in this analysis. I was not in this trade. If you guys remember me doing this, let me know. I mean, a lot of my analysis are done with you guys, so. Okay, wrong. So I was wrong on this one. I was wrong. I was calling a sell. I also did not get into this one. I did not get into this one as well, so I did not get stopped out. But yeah, so 2 correct, 1 wrong. Let me see. Did I get anything for gold? Nope. Okay. Let's start with gold. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Okay, so I've been following gold for a while, and for the longest time, right? Let's do analysis on gold. I thought that gold is doing this. So A, B, and then C, right? So I thought gold was doing A, B, C. I think a lot of you were here when I was doing this analysis. Eventually, this triangle formed. And I changed my analysis to A, B, C, D, E. So for those who don't know Elliott wave, whenever there's a triangle, usually price moves in an A, B, C, D, E. At the E, I expected price to bounce starting a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was so confident it was gonna do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here, okay, but it didn't. It did a breakout. Okay, that means if your analysis, you did analysis and then it doesn't work out, it means that your analysis is wrong. So obviously my analysis was wrong. Obviously this is not a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm sorry, A, B, C, D, E. So then I have reanalyzed and I'm thinking now price is doing a W, X, and Y. Why do I think that it's a X, W, X, Y? Because W, X, Y, wave 4, Elliott wave. Show you guys what W, X, Y looks like. So WXY does this thing here, something like this. Do you see how B? Sorry, the one just now was a better example actually. Where was the one I was looking at? Wait, where was the one I was looking at? Okay, yeah, there you go. Do you see how B and X is almost the same height? So this is a common thing that happens with X, Y, and Z. So I'm gonna pull out XU again. You can see how 1, A, B, C. So you see how B and X are really close to each other. B and X are doing that thing in that photo. B and X. Okay, similar to what is happening here, B and X. So that's why I think price is now on the WXY. So it was initially I thought it was a ABC and then a triangle form. So then I thought it was a ABCDE. ABCDE was wrong because the price broke the trend line. So now I think it's a WXY. So the thing about Elliott wave, okay, for those who follow and trade with Elliott wave, you know that wave 4 of Elliott wave is the most boring and sideways market. They always say never trade wave 4, okay, but I guess I was greedy. I was greedy and bored and I wanted to trade wave 4. Okay, I was greedy and bored and I wanted to trade wave 4. But if you go look up at the rules, you go look up at all whatever it is there is to know about Elliott wave, they will always tell you not to trade wave 4. Reason being because wave 4 is the draggiest wave that keeps going sideways with no direction and with multiple variations. Okay, I've learned my lesson already. It has made so many variation. I initially thought it was an ABC, then I thought it was an ABCDE, then now it is giving me signal that it's a WXY. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is there's two options now for gold based on my style of trading. The first style is you're gonna stay, I'm gonna just stay out. I'm just totally not gonna trade gold, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, because you already know that wave 4 has the most variation. Okay, it has the most variation and it's gonna keep moving sideways. It's not even gonna move sideways like a very nice zigzag. It's gonna move sideways like I want to go up and I want to go down for a while and I want to go up for a while and I don't know if I want to respect this trend line. So there's a lot of variation. So the first thing you're gonna do is A, either don't trade, or B, I'm going to assume this is really a WXY and trade this WXY. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm still going to do the analysis, right? I am still going to do the analysis, but I'm personally not gonna get into this trade. Okay, I'm personally not going to get into the trade. I'm still going to do the analysis. I'm just going to wait until wave 4 is over and then I will get in when there is a clear start of wave 5. Okay, for those who don't know, Elliott wave moves in 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are currently in 4. 4 usually just moves horrendously sideways and it moves. It's very boring. It is known to be the most boring wave of Elliott wave, and it is meant to shake traders off. It is meant to shake traders off, because if you trade wave 4 and you're losing a lot of money, you're eventually going to stop trading it. Okay, so wave 4 is purposely made to shake traders off. Okay, so I'm going to admit it, I'm being I have been shook off. Sorry, my English so bad. I have been shaken off, okay, from wave 4, and I am going to just be disciplined and wait for wave 5. How do I know a wave 5 has started? A clear break of this starting point, a clear break of all these swing highs. Okay, a clear break of all these swing highs will be the indication that wave 5 has started. Okay, if it has not started, price is just gonna continue moving in this sideways low volume market with no direction. Okay, I really don't recommend you guys trading this, but I'm gonna do my analysis anyway so that you have a rough idea. Okay, so based on XYZ, if you go Google right now, WXY, sorry, wave 4 Elliott wave, there's going to be so many variation. You've got this where Y is longer than W. You've got this where Y is above W. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of variations. I'm just gonna guess one variation right now. I think we're in WXY, and one of the variation is that price moves in a triangle. Okay, so price moving in a triangle is one variation of WXY. This is why they say not to trade wave 4, because wave 4 has too many variations. Wave 4 has too many variation, and it's going to, yeah, you will get burned, because not because you're a bad trader, because there's just too many ways that price can go, and it's very hard to narrow down where it's gonna go. So it's risky to trade wave 4. Okay, I'm assuming this is the variation that we are at, which is a triangle. So a flat where B and X is about the same height. Sorry guys, it could also be this one, a zigzag. Flat, any three, and zigzag. So zigzag, flat, triangle. Okay, so if it's a zigzag, right? If it is a zigzag, actually I think it's a zigzag, sorry. I'm looking, okay. To determine whether it's gonna end up a triangle, we need to determine this here. We need to determine the shape of this. So a zigzag is here. Okay, I think it's a flat. Sorry, I think it's more likely a flat. So a flat is where this, the starting point, and B is about the same height. Yeah, so we can see that the starting point and B is the same height, making a flat pattern. Okay, making a flat pattern. Okay, cool. So because this is gonna be a flat, because my forecast is that it's a flat, that means it's gonna end with a triangle. So long time no see. Hi Christopher. Hi, how's it going? Okay, so yeah, I think it's gonna end up with a triangle. So triangle is gonna start with a A, B, C, D, E. So let's see where we are right now. W, X, and then Y. So this is the start of A, B, C, D, E. A, B, C, hopefully D, and then E. Then this will be the end of Y, hopefully. Okay, I don't know where it's gonna end, but this is just an assumption. This is gonna be the shape. I cannot assume, but the assumption is that it's going to stay within the triangle. Okay, so then Y is gonna end wherever it's gonna end, and then after Y ends, we're gonna start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so my analysis is based on this flat, any three, and triangle. Okay, flat, any three, and triangle. So we've got the flat, which is the flat, followed by any three. One, A, B, C. This is any three, followed by a triangle. Okay, this is basically the pattern that I'm going to follow right now. Okay, the thing about Elliott wave is your ability to identify patterns. If you can identify patterns with Elliott wave, you're going to make a lot of money with Elliott wave because that's all it is. It's just identifying patterns. Okay, so then I'm just assuming this is what's going to happen with gold. It's going to move up and then here going to reject and then reverse. Okay, I am going to wait for the end of E and then here I'm going to possibly buy here when E ends or when it breaks the triangle to the upside. Okay, more likely when price, safest trade, enter buy when XAU USD breaks upper triangle. Okay, in the meantime, what I'm gonna do, this is literally what I'm gonna do. Okay, it's not even advice I'm giving you guys. Like literally, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait for price to break this triangle. I mean, there's two ways. You can either get in at the E or you can get in at the break. The safest way is to get in at the break, and then I'm gonna enter for a buy here when price breaks the triangle, and then it's gonna start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is not trade gold at all. Okay, in the meantime, I'm not going to trade gold at all. This is literally my analysis for XAUUSD. Whatever you want to do with this information is totally up to you. But I personally will not trade gold until this break happens or until E ends. We'll see. By the time it comes, I'll decide again. But if I'm being a very disciplined trader, you are supposed to discipline and nicely just wait for the break. But I have a feeling when price comes to E, I might get very greedy and might want to get in for a trade. But the safest is to wait for the break. Okay, the safest is to wait for the break. That is the safest. And even safer is to wait for the break, wait for the pullback for 2. That means you know how like every time there's a breakout, right? You know when there's a breakout, usually price comes and pull back. Wait for the pullback at 2 and then only enter when there's a start of 3. Okay, that is the safest trade. But yeah, this is my analysis. Do whatever you want to do with this information. I personally will not do anything with it. Okay, so next is EURUSD. Let's see what's happening. So last week, EURUSD, we actually identified a head and shoulder. Can't remember what day I identified it. I think it was a Thursday. There was a very clear head and shoulder for... Oh, here. It was I can't, what's the term for this where the head and shoulder is like slanted to the side. Okay, so it's a side head and shoulder. Okay, it's not very clear on the daily. I can't remember which time frame was it. Oh, there you go. Okay, this is the head and shoulder that I want to say, yeah, we identified because I did a webinar last Thursday with IC as well. Okay, so yeah, usually after head and shoulder, it is a possible indication of trend reversal. Okay, possible indication of trend reversal, breakout, and a possible retest right now, and then continuation. Okay, there was like I don't know what happened to my text. You know how every time I do a webinar, I write a text like reasons to sell. I don't know what happened to my text, but there was like a lot of reason to sell. There was a lot of reason to sell EURUSD, and this head and shoulder was one of it. Okay, yeah, this head and shoulder was one of it. So this is head and shoulder indicating a possible trend reversal. Okay, I'm just gonna give you guys a sell analysis, and then later I'm gonna tell you the reasons. In the meantime, let me look for all the swing highs and swing lows. Overlap here. Let me see. Any more? Nope. There's a reason to sell. The first one was this very big trend line breakout. Okay, so for a very long time since February, price was moving this very nice trend line here, and then clearly there's this break of trend line that was happening. Sorry, this is not even that breakout. Bear with me, guys. Okay, there you go. So price since the 28th of February has been moving in this very beautiful trend line, and then there was the breakout here that happened, and then this is a classic breakout. It is a classic breakout. Why? Because the thing about breakout is that it usually does this thing: trend line, breakout, pull back, retest, pass the retest, and then continue with the downtrend. This happens a lot with trend line breakouts. Okay, and this is a classic and beautiful example of a trend line breakout and a possible trend reversal. Okay, so we could be lucky, and then this could just be a pullback. Okay, if this is, we're lucky and this is a pullback, I would think, actually would think this might actually be the entry. Okay, so let me, reasons to sell, let's do this. I need to write this down so that when I come back later, I know why I did what I did. So sometimes I go into a trade, I'm just like, wait, why did I enter a sell again? And then I come back and look at my reasoning, and then I'm like, yeah, okay, it still makes sense. Okay, so trend line breakout, pull back, test cleared on daily. This is a break of structure. Break of structure here. Clean break of structure. A valid head and shoulder. Another reason was because DXY is also showing trend reversal. So this is the correlation. Okay, so again, same. DXY is also showing a trend line breakout. It's probably doing a pullback to retest this area. It might be doing a pullback to retest that area. If it doesn't reach there, I mean, for EUR USD, the retest has already been done. Right, the retest has already been done. So the retest and then the continuation of trend. So I don't know if you guys want to wait for DXY, but DXY, usually the usual, it's not all the time, okay? It could also be how I'm drawing this. Let me adjust this. Maybe if I adjust it, the retest is completed. Yeah, no, there's still a bit of room for it to come back for the retest. Right, there's still a little bit of room. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, so anyways, for EUR USD, it seems that the reset is done. There's no reason for it to go back there again. But for DXY, it looks like there's a little bit of room, still a little bit of room for it to touch that trend line. Okay, it doesn't happen all the time, but if it was to happen, it usually wants to go and touch the trend line. This is something I've done backtesting on, so I'm quite confident with this. It's usually when there's a trend line breakout, it's a very, very common thing. This is for a sell, right, Jamilu? You have a pending order for a sell, right? Okay. So I've done a retest on this many times. Usually, I cannot remember how many times I did it. I think it was like 50 times. So like 50 times when I saw a trend line breakout, I noticed that price tends to come back here. Not every time, but it likes to come back here. it likes to come back to the trend line. So question mark, is it going to come back to this trend line? Because if it comes back to this trend line, then technically EUR/USD can go up a bit higher. You know what I mean? If DXY comes a bit lower, it means that EUR/USD might go a bit higher before turning back. Okay, so this is a question mark. I don't know, because when I did a back testing 50 times, I would say majority of the time it will come back and do the retest, but it's not every single time. So I don't know. Anyways, based on statistics, it does come back. It may not this time, who knows. Okay, so I'm gonna do my analysis. Yeah, I'm gonna do my analysis. Okay, so Jamilo is having, I have the pending order for error at 61.8 retracement. Let's see where 61.8 comes out. It might work actually, because technically, is this valid trend line? Minimum 3 touches required. Which trend line? Which trend line is this? You mean this one? This will be very valid. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5 actually. 5, and then it finally broke out the 6th time. Or are you talking about DXY? DXY, it could be the way I'm drawing it as well, right? It could be the way I'm drawing it, because look, if I draw it a different way, it is valid. Yeah, it's the way I'm drawing it. See? Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, it is the way I'm drawing it. Thank you for asking, AJ. If you didn't ask, I would not have seen this. If you did not ask, I would not have seen it. Okay. There's no reason for the XY to come back anymore, because it already did the trend line breakout, technically. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, depending on how I draw it again, it could be more. That's why for trend lines, right, it's always a reference, because you can draw it so many ways. See, you can draw it so many ways, and they will all be valid. It's just how you're drawing it. You just have to draw it to the best of your ability. So if I'm drawing it based on the 3 touches rule, thank you for asking, AJ. If I'm drawing it based on 3 touches rule, technically the XY already broke out, came back to retest, and then now it's going back up. Okay, so looks like I can remove my doubt now. Okay, so DXY. Rever. Okay, I think I'm happy with this. Also last Thursday, I think the news came out good as well. I usually don't trade the news, but because I so happen to be on the news that day. Okay, I so happen to be on the news that day. Okay, cool. Let's do the analysis now. I know I want to get in for a sell. Where am I getting in for a sell? So Jamilo already has his eye on 61.8. Let me see if I can find something. 1, 2, 3. Looking good, to be honest. Percent. Yeah, this one is questionable because it's like not here, it's not there. Okay. Let's say if I just pull out the 50%, where does it stop? Let me see. I mean, give me a moment, guys. Look, I know I teach. Sorry, what happened? Where is it? Okay, I know I teach Fibonacci a lot, I just cannot remember it off my mind right now. Um, hey Jamilu, can you let me know if you remember the Fib projection levels? The Fib projection levels, sorry, I cannot remember. It's just like, it's not clicking in my head. I need to reference. Give me a moment. Okay, Fib projection is 100. 100, 127.2, and 161.8. Okay. Okay, it doesn't work. Wait, 61.8, 78.6, and 100? Give me a moment, guys. I need to double confirm this. I teach this topic so much, I just don't know why I cannot remember the numbers right now. Give me a moment. I'm just pulling out our team's. Okay, oh, you're right. It is. Okay, so 61.8, 78.6. Jamil is right. Sorry, I just have to double confirm. Was 100, 127.2 is also a very weak level. Okay, technically, right? Technically, you could also aim for here. Okay, technically, you could also aim for here. So this is one level of entry. If this doesn't hold, I'm guessing the next level of entry will be here. Okay, this is too far away. I don't see price coming there anytime soon. Right, I do not see price going there anytime soon. Thanks, Jamilu. Thanks. I'm amazed you guys are amazing because you guys can reference, like you guys can remember things. I'm always having to reference because there's just so much information. It's like impossible to remember everything. Okay, yeah, I mean, there's also reason to believe that price is gonna reverse right now. But looking at how price look, a doji is coming out, you see how price is going sideways. Usually when price is going sideways, it means that even the market is undecided, right? Even the market doesn't know whether it wants to go here or go to the next level, right? So what I'm gonna do, right, is wait for a reversal pattern candlestick. If a reversal pattern candlesticks appear, right, we want a bearish one. Bearish. Okay, if a reversal pattern candlestick appear, I might enter EUR USD like here, like at this zone right here. 38.38. Okay. Hey AJ, that's not a level that we usually use. So 38, yes. 38 already passed, so there's no reason to use 38, right? Price already passed 38, so there's no reason to use 38. The other level you're saying is 66. Gartley pattern. Oh, I don't know how to use the Gartley pattern, so I would not be able to help you with that analysis. Yeah, that's not, those are not. Okay. Um, yeah. Guys, I'm going to be doing my analysis based on my usual style of trading because this is the style that I'm used to and it's the style that has made me profits in the past. Other styles that I'm not used to, I won't be able to do it because I wouldn't know what I'm doing if I'm being very honest, right? Because I don't usually trade with Gartley pattern. Okay, so my style of trading is a lot of price action, right? A lot of price action, just basically combining price action with Fibonacci levels. So there's a reason for me to think price might just reverse here, because number one, price came here so many times. One, two, three, four. Now it's here on the fifth time. Is it going to reverse now, or is it going to reject, or is it going to go higher? There is a chance it might reverse now. There is a chance it might reverse now, and there is a chance it might go to the next fib level, which is the level that Jamilu is aiming for, which is the 61. Okay, there is a chance it might go to that level, because technically that next level also coincides with this swing high here. It also coincides with this swing high and kind of like this level here. Okay, so two possible entries. I'm just more favorable to this one at this current point of time. Yeah, at this current point of time, I'm just a bit more favorable to this one here. So what I am going to do is have my possible sell entry here, somewhere within this box, not sure where, need to wait for the candle to stop. And my stop loss is going to be here. Okay, if I get stopped out, it just means that the entry is possibly here instead. Okay, because if I'm wrong, I want to be wrong fast. If I'm wrong, I want to be wrong fast. The other way to do it is to put your stop loss here, so that if I get in here and I'm wrong and I think the next entry is here, even if it comes here and turn, it's still going to miss my stop loss. Okay, so that's the other way, but I'm not going to do it that way. I'm going to put my stop loss here and just hope that it doesn't reach here. But of course, the reversal pattern candlesticks need to appear first before I get in. Right now, no reversal pattern candlesticks. None of this is. I'm not sure. Let me reference again. Okay. A dark cloud. Do you guys see a dark cloud? Means this is above this. Nope. Actually, that might be a dark cloud. Is that a dark cloud? Guys? Engulfing, no engulfing. Dragonfly, dodgy. Okay, anyways, we don't have time to go like one by one to look at it. You guys can do it later after the webinar, because I only have 12 more minutes with you guys. Okay, but if you see a reversal pattern candlestick, please get this from a reliable source. Okay, please get it from a reliable source. If you don't know which one's a reliable source, just ask ChatGPT. I think ChatGPT will ask ChatGPT to give you a reliable source of what this looks like. Okay, if you find a reversal pattern candlestick, I think I personally might get in here for a sell. Where do you sell it to? So if I think price is gonna like turn here, right? Because I'm usually a reversal trend trader. Okay, I'm a not a reversal trend trader. That means I play when price comes and then it reverses. So I usually play the swing high. I like to play the swing highs. Swing highs, and I play it to the next swing low. Okay, so that's my style of trading. So usually if that's the case, I'm aiming for price to at least come to the structure here. But technically, if I think this is a downtrend, it's supposed to do a break of structure and continue down, right? It's supposed to do a break of structure. But just to be very conservative, I'm just going to aim for the next swing low. Can be even more conservative. Aim for, yeah, sorry, it's just, oh yeah, if you want to be even more conservative, you can just aim for this swing low. This swing low. So it comes and retests the structure. Okay, it comes and retests the structure. But I'm looking at a 4-hour time frame. So based on a 4-hour time frame, I would want price to come and retest this structure first. So then this will be my take profit. So let me calculate what I think is gonna happen. Take profit, sell entry, short position. 1 to 9. Oh my gosh, that looks so unrealistic. Okay, technically price is here right now. Okay, this is more usually, but the thing about me is that usually I wait for price to come back to a really good price before considering to get in. Okay, let's say there's a reversal pattern candlestick that appear, and for some reason it decided to come and like give you a better entry, give me a better entry. I will try my best to enter as high as possible and then aim for this. Okay, so this is my analysis for EURUSD. I am confident with direction, not very confident with entry. Okay, so direction wise, I'm pretty confident it's a sell. I just don't know if this is the entry or if this is the entry. Okay, I like it could be one of them. Okay, look, price is going sideways. It means that even the market is not sure. Even the market is not sure if this is the entry or if this is the entry, right? Because you know, right? Usually, if it's very sure, it usually just comes up and then just reverses. But right now, it's kind of like doing this sideways thing, kind of like still deciding, right? This is also still deciding. You know, like sometimes, like it's very clear. Okay, like this is an example. This is one example where it comes up and then immediately just turns back. This one, it came up and still kind of went sideways. It was still deciding and then eventually it went down. So right now, it's kind of doing that deciding thing. I hope it goes down from here. If it doesn't, then this is the one. Okay, so this is my analysis for XAUUSD. This is my analysis for EURUSD. Next one. Okay, I'm gonna quickly do Ethereum. Gonna quickly do Ethereum and then gonna do the XY. I'm sorry, USD CHF, and then I gotta go. I really got to go. Okay, it looks like price is just coming back to like it's just like a normal pullback, right? Because price is moving in a zigzag. So obviously, every time it goes up, it needs to come back and pull back, right? So it looks like it's just doing a pullback. No, no clear indication of like trend reversal, right? Yeah, definitely still an uptrend. Happy with this. Okay, where is it going to pull back to? I am not sure. I actually thought it was only going to pull back to 3006. My last analysis, it was going to pull back to 3006, but it went lower. So let's see. I mean, it's stopping in this random number is also kind of weird, you know. Just stopping at this random nowhere is also kind of weird. Oh, okay. This makes a bit more sense. Technically, on the bigger one, on this bigger one, it kind of pulled back to 23.6. Is that enough? Okay, no. I need to just highlight some levels. Let me just highlight some levels and then we'll see. Okay, guys, so for Ethereum, right? I'm fairly confident the direction is up. Or is it? Let me see. Yeah, I'm fairly confident it will at least try to come and retest this area. Has the retest been done? Yeah, I did Elliott wave on this, and my thoughts are it's gonna come and retest a few more times and then eventually break this. I don't know when it's gonna break, but eventually break. Okay, I'm not gonna give you analysis for EURUSD because the structure, the closest one that I can find is here, which is really far away. I think the next time, like on Monday, the next Monday I see you guys, ETHUSD forming wave 4 possible because the last time I did analysis it was on wave 3. The last time I did analysis it was on wave 3, so very possible that it's on wave 4, right? It could be possibly on wave 4. I know one thing for sure. XAUUSD is definitely on wave 4, right? It's been going sideways from 22nd of April. I am very, very confident. Like I'm like 95% confident that XAUUSD, Ethereum, I gotta reanalyze again because my last thought that it was on wave 3, and I don't remember wave 3 being done, right? I cannot remember when I did the analysis, but I remember it being on wave 3. I just don't remember wave 3 being complete. Okay, so technically this should be it. I don't remember, okay? So I'm just guessing. This should be wave 1, 2, 3, uh, 3, 4, and then 5, right? Why do I think 3 is way higher? Because 3 is usually 161.8 of 1. 161.8 is up there. Yeah, so it's up there. So I don't think Ethereum is done. I don't think, because if we're just using the usual guidelines, the usual guidelines for Elliott wave is that it usually goes to 161.8, and then oh yeah, it meets perfectly, because usually for wave 2 it goes to 50%, which you can see exactly on 50% it came up. Exactly on 50% you came up. So there is a rule. If in Elliott wave there's a rule, if price pull back to 50% on wave 2, it means that in wave 4 it's only going to pull 23.6. That is the usual thing. Okay, that is the usual thing. So if I pull this and it's more than 23.6, yeah, it's more than 23.6. If I pull this and it's more than, this is most likely not the start of wave 4 yet. I think we are still in wave 3. I think wave 3 is not completed yet. Okay, I think wave 3 should stop somewhere here. Okay, but this is just the usual guidelines. It doesn't happen every single time. It's just that usually this is what happens. Okay, usually this is what happens. So my analysis for EUR USD is basically just that it's a buy, and this should be the end for wave 3, and then we're going to have a pullback, and then a pullback, and then go back up again. Okay, again, there's a possibility that I'm wrong. There's a possibility I'm wrong, but I'm just from what I'm guessing. Okay, the reason why I cannot give you a really accurate analysis right now, because Elliott wave takes a long time to analyze. Like I cannot analyze Ethereum in like few minutes if I'm going to use Elliott wave. I really need to sit down and look at the charts and think about it and pull out all the guides. I do not use Elliott wave on EURUSD. I do not use Elliott EURUSD. I use a lot of like price action, a lot of like support resistance. I use a lot of just your very normal, your very basic technical analysis, and it works for me. I use Elliott wave for XAUUSD and ETHUSD, and both has given me results, and I've made quite a bit of profit using Elliott wave. Okay, using Elliott wave, I've made quite a bit of profit on XAUUSD and ETHUSD. EUR, I've made quite a bit of profit using price action. If this reversal candle forms here, I'm definitely getting in here. Okay, for EUR. Okay, and last one. Oh, I only got 1 minute. Okay. Let's do USD CHF requested by Jamilu. I'm just going to do a quick one, okay? It's not going to be a very accurate one because it's just going to be quick. Oh, break of structure. Very, very clear break of structure here, happening here. Break of structure, pull back, retest, and then continue in the downtrend, indicating a strong downtrend. Okay, indicating a strong, I cannot foresee it suddenly going back up again. Okay, for it to break structure, it usually needs a lot of force to break the structure, so that if it already broke the structure, I cannot foresee it suddenly coming back and breaking it one more time to the upside. So most likely it's a downtrend. Okay, in the downtrend, so I don't see a very clear trend. Oh, yeah, this could be it. This could be it. Okay, USD CHF looking like a very clean downtrend. Looking like a very clean downtrend. So where do you enter for a sell? Guys, high chances is wrong, okay? Because I'm like rushing for time. Okay, I think it's a sell. I cannot come up with I cannot come out with an entry. I don't see very clear structure. I don't see very clear structure. I don't see a very clear place I can draw support and resistance. Right? I just know it's a sell. I just don't know where to enter. Okay, so that's all I have for you guys today. So sorry. I cannot slowly do the analysis for EUR USD CHF. But okay, let's go through this again. I think we are on WXY for gold. The safest is to wait for the breakout of the triangle. Okay, the safest is to wait for the breakout of this triangle before getting in. If you want to be greedy, E can get in for a buy at E, but there's a chance you get burned. The safest is still the break of the triangle. That is the best. Like, just being patient. EUR USD. Thank you so much, Jamilu, for attending. EUR USD looking like it wants to reject this area. Cannot confirm until this candle closes. Okay, I'm so sorry for all the drawings, but yeah. Looking like it's a sell. Okay, DXY, we didn't do analysis for this one. I know that ETH is going up, right? So I cannot give you an entry. Why? Because structurally, the closest structure is here. The closest structure is here. I don't think price is gonna pull back to here. I don't know. Maybe it might, but I just don't think it will. Let me see. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna pull back to there, honestly. I think it's going to just do a very whatever it is. And then this is my aim. Okay, where do you enter? I cannot tell you for sure because structurally I don't see anything nearby. I know it's a buy also, guys, because my entry for Ethereum is actually 1,200. So I'm already in long ago. So that's why, like, I don't like scalp or like day trade for Ethereum. But yeah, this is my overall view for Ethereum. USD CHF looking like a good sell. You need to figure out where to sell because I personally cannot find clean structure to look for the entry. Okay, so this is a wait. Gotta wait. Gotta wait. This is a possible sell here. This is a nothing. This is a buy. And this is a sell. Okay, that's all I have for you guys. Take care. I'll see you guys in a week. Yeah. Bye, guys. Take care.